Hello, please make sure you are on page 4, and we're going to be using line plots and the measures of central tendency. So today we're going to put all 4 together. Cora asked each of her classmates how many pets they have. Their answers are displayed on the line plot below. So as we look, this is titled Number of Pets, and we can see that there are marks for each student after they named their number of pets. So the first question says, how many classmates does Maggie have? So this scale lists the how many pets each student has. So in order to answer how many classmates, we're going to count the number of marks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So Maggie asked 12 of her classmates. The next question asks what is a range? And the range is talking about the data, the number of pets. And we can see it goes from 0 to 6. So the maximum number of pets in her survey is 6, and the minimum is 0. So 6 minus 0, the range of the number of pets in her survey, is 6. Number 3 asks to find the median number of pets her classmates have and show your work. So as we read this line plot, I'm going to notice above the number 0, we see that there's 3 marks. So that would mean that 3 classmates answered that they have 0 pets. Above the number 1, we see 4 marks. So that means 4 students answered that they have 1 pet. Continuing to number 2, 2 classmates have 2 pets. No classmate answered that they have 3. 1 classmate said that they have 4 pets. And then finally 2 classmates said they have 6 pets. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there are 12 classmates represented there. There should be 12 answers. And so now we're going to try to find the median number of pets. And if you recall from yesterday's lesson, we count from the end until we get to the middle. So you can see right now I have 4 on each side. Now there's 5 on each side, and it turns out there's 2 numbers in the middle. This is an even set of data. So in order to find the median, we add 1 plus 1 together. We find the sum, and then we take the sum and divide it by the number we've added, which is 2. So we're going to get back 1, which makes sense. 1, what's in the middle of 1 and 1? Well, that would be 1. So the median is 1. And once again, to remind you, that divides the data into 2 equal groups. 1 before the median and 1 after the median. So there should be 6 numbers in each group. Our next question asks us to find the mode. And the mode is the answer that's given most often. And what's nice about a line plot is it's easy to spot because it's visually represented for us that the most number of pets, the number of pets that was most frequently answered was the number 1. So the mode is the number 1. And finally, the mean, or the average, means that we're going to add all of the numbers together and divide by how many data items we have. And since the line plot groups these so nicely, a shortcut might be to say, okay, I have 1, 2, 3 zeros. So I'm going to write that as I'm adding 3 zeros, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, so 4 times 1 would be 4, so I'm going to add 4. And then if I look at 2, I have 2 twos, so 2 times 2 would be another 4. And then going on, there's no answer for 3. I look at 4, there's 1 4, so 1 times 4 would be 4. And then there are 2 6s. 2 times 6 would be 12. Now you could add all these individual numbers. You could add all of these individual numbers, or this is kind of a shortcut. Either way, the answer is 24. So the sum of all of that data, all of the answers, is 24. So we're going to take 24, and if we count the number of x's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which is how many data items we have, we're going to divide by 12, giving us a mean, or average, of 2. So 2 pets. So for our final question, it says, what do you think is the best measure of center? And it says, justify your answer. Yesterday, we watched a video, and it talked about how we decide on what's the best measure of center. So she mentioned that the mean is sometimes used as a best center, measure of center, if the data items are close. And she used the example 1, 3, 5. If we look at this, there's not a big spread of numbers, but we can see that most of the data kind of congregates here. She also mentioned that the median was used if there was an outlier or a number that was skewed. One of the set of data items was quite larger than the others. And she used the example of 1, 5, and 19. So the range from 0 to 8, most of these numbers, 1 through 6, there's not a big spread, and there's not just one number 6. There's 3 data items that are above the rest of this data. So I could see an argument for both the mean, which is 2, which account for the fact that there are answers that are higher than the median, which is 1, but the vast majority of the data, including the mode, kind of congregates around 1. So you could say, in this case, you could give an argument for either the mean, because the data is relatively close together, which is the mean is 2, or you could answer the median, which is 1. It also happens to be the mode. So you can justify which one of those you think best represents the center of this data. So please justify why you chose, state which one you chose, and then say why you thought that was the best center of the data. Thank you so much, and we'll see you for tomorrow's lesson.